Today I've got my thoughts on the LEGO Ideas Big Bang Theory set, which I originally picked this up from my local Bricks and Minifigs late. Well, actually, not late. Last year I actually picked this up back in February of 2025, but my original copy here didn't actually have all the figures, as it was actually missing Howard and Bernadette. And so it took about probably about a year to actually get the last two figures. And Howard in particular was actually, he came with the wrong hairpiece, which thankfully I had picked up a Larry the Barista from the Lego Movie CMF line, and Howard from this set, as well as Larry, they share the same hairpiece. And so I just swapped the hair pieces for Larry since he's in my assembly square and won't be seen. So I swapped that out. So all the figures are all complete. And the set itself is complete as well, which honestly surprised me for this being used. And the only thing that's actually missing is the instructions. And so overall, for it being used and already fully built, wasn't too bad. And I wouldn't have gone for it if I wasn't a big fan of The Big Bang Theory as a TV show, but I always really liked the TV series. I mean, my sister's got the full series on DVD, and every time it was on TV, we always watched it because it would air Thursday nights on TV, and so we always took time to watch it when it was running. And so when they came out with the Lego set, I wanted it, but I was kind of in my dark ages at that time. Sure, I was still collecting Lego, but I wasn't heavily collecting Lego at the time. The main reason to not getting this, as well as not getting all the Scooby-Doo sets at the time as well. So, overall, that's why I didn't get this set originally back in 2015. But overall, for a 2015 set and one of the first Lego Ideas sets, because this was only the 10th Lego Ideas set to be produced, it's not too bad. Now, if they would have brought this out today, I could see them doing this in the style of the Friends apartment set and connecting this with Penny's apartment, because this is just basically Sheldon and Leonard's living room, just as a diorama. And you've got most of the main scene, which is most of it, which isn't too bad, but a lot of the builds are pretty darn basic. But overall, not too bad of a set overall. And I don't think it takes a lot of extra pieces to actually turn this into a floor for the Sit Complex, which is a mock on Rebrickable done by Kim Plata, or Brick Artisan. And so I originally wanted to get two copies of the Central Perk and the Friends apartment to actually do that for the city after getting this, which I've got a copy of the Central Perk, but that's my mom's. Same with the Friends apartment set, but we've got those pretty much set aside for investment purposes. And so this is the only one that's actually built. So not really sure what I'll end up doing with this one. Not really sure where it's going to go either, because this isn't really a great spot for it, just sitting here right in front of the museum. But overall, for 2015 and being the 10th Lego Ideas set, I think Lego pulled off as much as they could for doing the Big Bang Theory in Lego, but the major highlight is definitely the figures. So overall, pretty happy with this set overall, and it's definitely one of the, I wouldn't say major highlights for the collection, but it's definitely a highlight for the collection considering how long it took me to add to the collection. And I mean, the figures, adding those in is probably the biggest highlight out of this set. And so overall, I'm just happy to have it in the collection, and that's pretty much everything. I mean, overall the set was pretty simple for build for overall, but then again, it's 2015 and it's no modular building. So overall, that's what I've got for my thoughts on the LEGO Ideas Big Bang Theory set. So you guys can tell me your thoughts on this video in the comment section below, and just like and subscribe for more, because I will do more in the future.